The Honorable Alan Ganu, GCSK, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and International Trade, and Minister of Land Transport and Light Rail. Dr. the Honorable Devendra Fadnavis, Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Development. The Honorable Dipak Balgobin, Minister of Information, Technology, Communication and Innovation. Shri Devendra Fadnavis, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Distinguished guests, all protocols observed, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum, organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and International Trade, in collaboration with the Economic Development Board, Mauritius. It is an honor to have Shri Devendra Fadnavis, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, with us today for this important event. Mauritius Madhye, मॉरिशस मध्ये माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री तुमचे खूप खूप हार्दिक स्वागत आहे. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here to strengthen business ties between Mauritius and Maharashtra and explore new opportunities for cooperation. Mauritius and India share a long and rich history of cultural, social, and economic ties. The two countries have been engaged in a vibrant trade relationship for several decades, with Mauritius serving as an important gateway for Indian businesses to expand their operations in Africa and other parts of the world. Similarly, Maharashtra, one of India's largest commercial and industrial centers, is known for its robust economy and entrepreneurial spirit, has emerged as a key business hub in India, attracting global investors and multinational companies across various sectors. The Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum aims to build on these historic ties and explore new avenues for collaboration and partnership between the business communities of Mauritius and Maharashtra. We are honored to have with us today the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Development, Dr. Fadnavis, has an unwavering commitment to promoting business opportunities and economic growth in Mauritius and the region. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. the Honorable Devendra Fadnavis for the opening address.
Thank you. Honorable Shri Devendra Fadnavis, Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Honorable Alan Ganu, GCSK, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Dipak Balgobin, Minister of ICT, representatives of the authorities, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar. I'm honored to address you today on the occasion of the Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum, jointly organized by the Economic Development Board of Mauritius and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and Regional Trade of Mauritius. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who has graced us today in this amphitheater. I must say that this business forum comes at an opportune time for both our countries. The last few years have been daunting for our economies and our populations. However, while the pandemic has tested our resilience as nations, it has taught us many lessons. The first one is the need to consolidate partnership with those who have always stood by our side. India is for sure on top of the list. Indeed, Mauritius and India share a special relationship that dates back to centuries. The cultural and historical ties between our two countries have always remained strong and keep on growing. The organization of the G20 meetings under the Indian presidency this year has showcased to the world the ability of India to take the mantle of a federating leader amongst the global superpowers. Mauritius feel proud and privileged to have been invited as special guest for this year's G20 meetings, and I would wish to warmly thank you, the Government of India, for this unique opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years, this bond has evolved in a mutually beneficial relationship on the economic front. Many Indian companies have made Mauritius their second home by setting up projects here and by using the Mauritian platform for investment in the region. Today, there are over 100 Indian companies in Mauritius across practically all sectors of our economy, ranging from agro-industry, manufacturing, tourism, and real estate, to financial services, ICT, healthcare, and education. This increase in flows has been possible to a large extent as a result of the foresightedness of our respective prime ministers, who have rallied all the necessary conditions required for Mauritius and India to sign the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation and Partnership Agreement. The SECPA is the culmination of a shared vision for prosperity and growth for the mutual benefit of our people. It will assist Mauritius to reach another level of development. On this note, I would like to remind today's audience that the SECPA is the very first trade agreement signed by India with a country in Africa and covers trade in both goods and services. Effective since the 1st April 2021, the SECPA unlocks the doors of India for preferential access to 615 tariff lines and those of Mauritius to 310 tariff lines for Indian products. It also provides opportunities of trade and investment in some 100 services subsectors, including financial services, ICT, professional services, and distribution service. Ladies and gentlemen, over and above the trade opportunities that the SECPA offers, businesses in Maharashtra can benefit from the offerings that Mauritius proposes as a platform of choice for doing business. On one hand, it is known that the state of Maharashtra is a seedbed of entrepreneurship, home to world-leading companies in pharmaceuticals, petrochemicals, electronics, automobiles, food processing, and plastics, to name a few. The Indian state also hosts one of the largest and the most vibrant cinematographic industry of the world. Your unparalleled expertise and experience in these areas are what Mauritius needs today as we embark on improving the resilience of our economy through the development of new sectors and engage in higher value-added activities. On the other hand, despite our small size, Mauritius can offer to you significant benefits. We have a formidable track record of macroeconomic, political, and social stability as international agencies such as the MOE Index of Good Governance, the Democracy Index of the Economist Intelligence Unit, and the Index of the Economic Freedom of the Heritage Foundation, and the Global Peace Index consistently place us as number 1 in Africa. In addition, the pandemic put aside, Mauritius is the only country in the world that has enjoyed 40 consecutive years of GDP growth, positive GDP growth. As we continuously diversified our economic base from a monocrop economy to a services-driven one with financial services, tourism, manufacturing, and ICT. Today, our GDP growth rate is amongst the highest in the world and constantly being revised upwards while the global economy is facing downside risk. Not later than this month, in the April 2023 World Economic Outlook, the IMF itself revised GDP growth for Mauritius for 2022 upward by 36%, from 6.1% to 8.3%. This robust growth is driven by investment and exports. FDI indeed reached 27.7 billion rupees in 2022 compared to 18.5 billion rupees in 2021. This is an increase of 50%, and thanks to ADB for that. Equally, the employment situation in Mauritius keeps on improving. Unemployment is steadily decreasing from 8.1% in 2021 to 6.8% in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, Mauritius offers predictability, safety, and security to investors, which are key considerations for investors prospecting global business opportunities. We actually have preferential access market to more than 75% of the world population, including the African markets. As a member of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, Southern African Development Community, Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, and Indian Ocean Commission, we provide access to 400 million consumers, creating a regional market worth of 360 billion USD. Compliant with all the 40 FATF recommendations, Mauritius has a buoyant international financial center which has supported the development of several economies in Africa. There is also movement of capital and foreign exchange since 1994, a sine qua non condition for multinational companies having operations across the globe. Moreover, there is no discriminatory treatment between local and foreign investments. Ladies and gentlemen, our laws are inspired by international best practices and allow the acquisition of and guarantee the protection of property, secure right of access to independent courts of law, and protect investors and their investment. The framework is additionally complemented by a wide range of bilateral investment treaties and double taxation avoidance agreements with several countries, including an impressive network of such bilateral agreements with African economies. We are an open economy for foreign talents with our residency schemes. In particular, our occupation and permanent residence permits allow investors and professionals, as well as their family members, to benefit from clarity and predictability, which is critical for the successful management of businesses while maintaining an adequate social balance. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end my intervention by once again reminding everyone about the shared past, present, and future history that our countries have. We have come a long way since 1834, when the first Indians were brought to Mauritius as indentured laborers to work in sugarcane plantations. They have worked tirelessly to contribute to make Mauritius a thriving economy which remains deeply entrenched in values. I firmly believe that Indian businesses can further build on this legacy that have left. And I would like to invite you to make the most of what our island has to offer. Together, we can contribute to reshape the face of the global economy for the good of our people, of our nations. As the Indian G20 presidency perfectly sums up, the greatest challenges the world faces today can only be solved by acting together. Jai Mauritius, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Honorable Ranganaden Padayachi, for the opening address. The Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum is an opportunity to strengthen the bilateral relations between Mauritius and Maharashtra. By fostering closer ties, the forum can facilitate greater cooperation in various areas, such as trade and investment. We are privileged to have with us the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and International Trade, and Minister of Land Transport and Light Rail. With his vast experience in diplomacy, Minister Ganu has been instrumental in strengthening the bilateral relations between Mauritius and other countries, making it an attractive hub for foreign investment. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the Honorable Alan Ganu for his address.
Thank you, MC. Deputy Chief Minister Shri Devendra Fadnavis, my colleagues ministers, Her Excellency Mrs. Nandini Singla, members of the business community, different captains of industry, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed very pleased to associate myself with the remarks which have just been made by my colleague, the Honorable Dr. Padayachi, our Minister of Finance, to extend a very warm welcome to Shri Devendra Fadnavis, the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and to his accompanying delegation to our country. At the outset, I will wish to express my appreciation to Her Excellency Mrs. Nandini Singla for facilitating my meeting with Shri Fadnavis in Mumbai on the 8th of March of this year, after I had attended the G20 meeting in Delhi. Indeed, during our first friendly and warm encounter, we outlined the potential areas of cooperation between Mauritius and Maharashtra, and I was overwhelmed by the desire, by the willingness, by the enthusiasm of Shri Fadnavis to enhance our relations in a wide array of sectors. And I am so happy that when I extended the invitation for him to visit our island, he readily agreed to my invitation. As time is of the essence, ladies and gentlemen, I will share a few insights on the present, past, and future of people-to-people relations between Mauritius and India and Mauritius and Maharashtra. Allow me firstly to dwell on the present. This official visit of Shri Fadnavis to our country, a few weeks after our meeting in Mumbai, as I just alluded to, translate in an effective manner this shared vision for the establishment of stronger relations between us. Indeed, today's business forum, and particularly the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the EDB and the Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation, is setting the stage for a new era of cooperation between the government of Mauritius and the state of Maharashtra. The state of Maharashtra, with a population of more than 110 million people and a GDP of USD 402 million, is befittingly described as the gateway of India. Indeed, the signature of the MoU between these two important institutions is not only a groundbreaking achievement, but also an opportunity to forge a novel strategic partnership. This MoU will undoubtedly encourage investment and trade promotion while enhancing the economic relations between Mauritius and Maharashtra. behind the prosperity of Maharashtra, we have a man of vision in the person of the distinguished Shri Devendra Fadnavis, the DCM. As you may know, Shri Fadnavis also served as the 18th Chief Minister of Maharashtra from 2014 to 2019, being at that time the youngest Chief Minister of Maharashtra at the age of 44. It is worth mentioning that Maharashtra became the most economically advanced state with the highest industrial output, nearly a quarter of the country's output, under his leadership as Chief Minister. We are indeed very proud to have him in our midst, although for this lightning visit. And the first impression that one has when you first encounter him, which I had during my encounter with him in Mumbai, was that he possesses all the qualities of an ideal politician. This is a veteran talking to you. The qualities of humility, of simplicity, and of effectiveness. On the premises of this promising start, the future is posed to be bright between us. Indeed, we are looking forward to cooperate with Maharashtra in the tourism sector. My colleague, the Deputy Prime Minister, who was with us a few minutes ago, the Minister of Tourism, has just shared his vision on the enhancement of cooperation in that sector through a new bilateral instrument. Mauritius is multiplying its efforts to increase the presence of international airlines, and in that regard, the addition of Vistara, which has recently started operation on the route Mumbai-Mauritius, is indeed an important achievement. My colleague, the Minister of Arts and Cultural Heritage, has also expressed an interest to discuss the signing of a cultural agreement between Mauritius and Maharashtra, making provision for an active program of cultural exchanges through the reciprocal participation of cultural groups in major arts festivals in Mauritius and Maharashtra. This agreement will also provide support for the financing of projects, including the construction of a multi-purpose complex facility for the performance of arts, including exhibitions and live performance at the Maharashtra Bhawan in Mocha for the second phase of its planned extension. Maharashtra will also strengthen the cooperation between the two parties in financing annual scholarship for our students in Marathi language, marine sciences, information technology, and other priority fields as set by Mauritius. And I also welcome the conclusion of a memorandum of cooperation in the field of information and communication technology between Mauritius and India. Our young minister responsible for ICT is here, and I'm sure we all look forward to its forthcoming signature, and this agreement will no doubt contribute towards the digital transformation of Mauritius through the sharing of expertise and partnership programs. I understand from our young colleague that he will be organizing an ICT roadshow in Maharashtra this August of this year. And I have no doubt that Maharashtra, which is a leader in developed and emerging sectors in India and has the largest base of internet subscribers in India, standing at 110 million telecom subscribers, will effectively avail of this framework to forge a new partnership with Mauritius. With regard to the mutual desire to enhance our relations at the multilateral level, the generous invitation extended by India to Mauritius, extended by the Prime Minister Modi, to our Prime Minister to participate in the G20 meeting as a guest country, showcases these special ties and this unique bond between Mauritius and India at the global stage. These also encompass working relations we have at the level of the Indian Ocean Commission, over which we will be assuming chairmanship in 2 weeks' time. Also the Indian Ocean Regional Association, the IORA, which have extended to new areas like the safeguard of maritime security in the Indian Ocean. In its current form, through the recent incorporation of a chapter on economic cooperation, the SECPA, on which I will not comment because my honorable colleague, the Minister of Finance, just talked lengthily about the SECPA. But the SECPA, with the incorporation of a chapter on economic cooperation, will provide an ideal framework for cooperation between Mauritius and the Gateway of India, enabling both Mauritius and Maharashtra to tap the existing potential through greater investments and trade. Additionally, the regional dimension of the SECPA offers a framework for investors and businesses from Maharashtra to use Mauritius as a gateway to access countries with which Mauritius has concluded trade agreements, and particularly the African market through the African Continental Free Trade Area. The SECPA is already providing concrete results in the interest of both our countries. For the latter part, these would certainly involve the optimum use of bilateral instruments, and in that regard, Mauritius is looking forward to avail of the opportunity of using the Indian rupee Vostro account set by the Reserve Bank of India in July 2022 for international trade settlements to be conducted in Indian rupees instead of dollars and other hard currencies. The modalities for the operationalization of the Vostro account scheme are being looked into by our government. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, the relations between Mauritius and Maharashtra find their essence in the solid bedrock of people-to-people relations. The special links between Mauritius and Maharashtra started when the first immigrants, our Ajis and our Ajas, landed on the Mauritian shores more than 200 years ago. A significant number of those immigrants hailed from different parts of Maharashtra. A first batch of 272 workers came from Maharashtra during the years 1834 to 1841, and they settled on the west coast of the island in the district of Black River, which I proudly represent for the past 41 years. Today we have a memorial in Black River to mark the first settlement, and Shri Devendra Fadnavis will be visiting the memorial tomorrow. The relations between Mauritius and Maharashtra will continue to flourish on the solid foundation on the Mauritius-India bilateral relations. These relations are underpinned by three main pillars. Firstly, the cultural bedrock of centuries-old people-to-people relations. Secondly, the sustained diplomatic relations based on mutual trust, cooperation, and should I say love, spanning over 75 years. And thirdly, the shared desire to take our relations to the next level through the development of new instruments of cooperation in the coming years, and for which I have no doubt that the presence of Shri Fadnavis will be instrumental too. The launching of the SECPA to mark the commemoration of the 75th anniversary of the establishment of our diplomatic relations was a very significant portrayal of the road travel since. And the resounding success, ladies and gentlemen, of the Metro Express project in all its different phases symbolizes the exemplary nature of this bilateral partnership and serves as Honorable the Minister of Foreign Affairs from India, Mr. Jai Shankar, told me when I visited him, when I saw him also last time, when I was at the G20 meeting, he said that this partnership, the Metro Express project, serves in fact as a concrete model of meaningful South cooperation. And the extension of the Metro Express, covering another 3.4 kilometers, as well as the inauguration of the Mahatma Gandhi station in the context of the celebration marking the 75th anniversary of our diplomatic relations, illustrate this special partnership. To conclude, ladies and gentlemen, that these people-to-people relations are an important component of the foreign policy toolbox of our country. The unveiling of the statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj this afternoon, which has been generously donated by the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, will constitute a high point of your official visit to Mauritius Shri Fadnavis. Each year, Mauritians and particularly the Marathi community, we celebrate Shivaji Day with a lot of fervor and enthusiasm. Amongst other values, we pay tribute to the patriotic hero for his courage and bravery in upholding the indomitable spirit of freedom and liberty in India. The continuation, Your Excellency, of infrastructural projects, namely the Metro Express project, the continuous enhancement of our relations at the regional and international levels are premises for a bright future. Once again, thank you for your visit, and thank you for the visit of your delegation also. I am sure, although this is a very short stay, it will be a productive visit for both our two countries. Thank you once again. Long live the relationship between Mauritius and India.
Thank you, Honorable Alan Ganu, for the address. Maharashtra, which is known as the gateway of India, has the highest per capita income among all Indian states. As mentioned by the Honorable Ministers earlier, this makes it a promising market for Mauritius to export its domestic products under the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation and Partnership Agreement. And the state of Maharashtra aims to be one of the biggest contributors in supporting Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's goal of making India a $5 trillion economy. With Maharashtra being one of India's largest and most prosperous states, the presence of Shri Devendra Fadnavis, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, at the Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum demonstrates India's unwavering commitment to deepening its engagement with Mauritius and expanding its footprint in the region. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to invite Shri Devendra Fadnavis, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, to deliver his special address.
A very good evening and namaskar. Honorable Shri Alan Ganuji, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Dr. Ren Genarden Padayachi, Honorable Minister for Finance, Honorable Shri Deepak Balgobin, Minister for IT, Madam Nandini Singla, High Commissioner of India and Mauritius, all the distinguished guests, my sisters and brothers from Mauritius, friends. At the outset, I would like to thank Minister Ganu for his kind words. Such views coming from a very senior leader like him will motivate me in my future endeavors. And I'm very thankful to him because he was instrumental in inviting me here. And I think from today, we are charting a new chapter in the history of relationship of India and Mauritius, and we are taking it to the next level. Now, a new relationship at subnational level. It's a relationship between Mauritius and Maharashtra. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, always says that India lives in states. And he always encourages states to interact more with the foreign countries, with the foreign national governments. because he feels that such type of relationships will be more fruitful, and I think that's what brings me here. And here are we in this business forum talking about not just our historic relationship, but also about our shared future. We know that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, India is heading the G20 presidency. And the logo and motto of G20 this time is One Earth, One Family, One Future. It is based on the age-old Indian ethos of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The entire world is one family. And I see the manifestation of this ethos when I come to Mauritius, because when I interact with the people in Mauritius, I feel I've come to my extended family. And I think this bond, which started in 18th century and which was formalized when India got its independence. Our High Commissioner was telling me that after independence, the government of India sent High Commissioners only to 10 countries, and Mauritius was one of them. So Mauritius has been the highest priority of the Indian government due to all cultural relations which we share. And I must tell you, this is my first visit to Mauritius, and I'm very much impressed with the progress which you have achieved, with the infrastructure which you have created, with the economic progress you have been achieving, and with the kind of administration you have been giving to this country. I think it is really commendable, and I would like to congratulate the Prime Minister and entire team of ministers for keeping this country going despite the COVID pandemic, and as rightly told by the Finance Minister, that even during pandemic and after pandemic, you have registered a phenomenal growth, and that shows the way you have been conducting business in this country. At this juncture, I must also pay my respects to late Prime Minister Shri Jagannath Ji, who was very instrumental in building the ties with India. And I think now they are being taken to the next level. Having said that, it is my duty to talk about my state, that is Maharashtra. Mumbai, that is capital of Maharashtra, it is financial, commercial, and entertainment capital of India. All of us know that the soft power of India, that is Bollywood, is housed in Mumbai. Maharashtra accounts for 25% of Indian exports, 28% of the entire FDI flow into India, 20% of India's industrial output, and barring the COVID years, the 7-year CAGR has been more than 10%. So Maharashtra has registered phenomenal growth in past entire decade. We have 57% of our population which is less than 27 years of age. It's a very aspiring population. It's a human resource, a very well-trained human resource. And Maharashtra has highest number of universities in India. It produces or generates highest amount of electricity in India. It's the biggest consumer of electricity in India. And there are many firsts which I can list. Maharashtra accounts for 65% of the data center capacity of India. It is also startup capital of India. Out of 80,000 registered startups in India, Maharashtra accounts for around 15,000. And out of 100 unicorns in India, Maharashtra accounts for 25 unicorns. It is also a tech capital. It has a great fintech ecosystem, which is actually taking it to next level. And it's also blessed with 700 kilometers of coastline. It is blessed with beautiful forts created by our great king, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Maharashtra is also tiger capital of India. It has national parks with the largest population of tigers. And I think it's also a tourism magnet. I think when we look at the business, ease of doing business and cost of doing business have been two things on which we have been constantly working. And we have our MIDC, which is today signing MoU with EDB of Mauritius. MIDC is our one-stop shop for all type of investments. It facilitates investment, it handholds, it gets the required permissions, it provides land. It's one of the biggest land bank holder. It provides entire infrastructure. And with this tie-up of MIDC and EDB, I think a new ecosystem would start for investment in Maharashtra and Mauritius, because I think this has to be a two-way flow. People from Mauritius, businesses from Mauritius can invest and should invest in Maharashtra, and likewise the businesses of Maharashtra also have a great opportunity to invest in the diverse sectors in Mauritius. Today, when our Prime Minister is aspiring to make India a $5 trillion economy, Maharashtra aspires to become $1 trillion economy in next 5 to 7 years. This year will surpass $500 billion mark, and hopefully in next 5 to 7 years will reach the $1 trillion mark, and it would be one of those subnational entities who have reached $1 trillion mark. And for that, we feel that the speed of travel and the speed of data is the key. In today's world, when the data has surpassed oil in its absolute value, I think the two determining factors for development are speed of data and speed of travel. In Maharashtra, we are creating best of the infrastructure, best of the access controlled highways, super expressways, new airports, ports, a world-class infrastructure. At the same time, under the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, BharatNet scheme, we have the fiber reached nearly every village of Maharashtra. And now with 5G technology, once we power that fiber, I think the speed of data will reach every single person in the remotest area, and that will open up a huge ecosystem for development, for businesses, in education, in healthcare, in diverse fields. And I think that will allow us to progress at a fast pace. All of us know that technology is very inclusive. It is inclusive by its design. It doesn't discriminate between Mr. Fadnavis and Mr. Ganu. And I think in this era of technology, it is a force multiplier. It's one single enabler through which we can progress. Since the IT Minister is here, I would like to say that this is also one sector where we can have a lot of cooperation and collaboration by which both the countries can get a lot of benefit. I think today, while we were discussing about the opportunities with Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, sir, I think tourism is one sector where Maharashtra and Mauritius can collaborate for mutual benefit. Because I think people from Maharashtra today, if you go to any part of world and if you encounter Indian tourists, a good number would be people from Maharashtra. So I think there's a huge scope for Mauritius to attract the tourists from Maharashtra, and likewise, I think Maharashtra can also offer things like medical tourism, because Maharashtra is a medical hub. So I think there are many sectors. Today, we are signing one MOU, but I think signing MoU is just formalizing the relationship. We have to look beyond. And I'm sure we will look beyond. And from today, we'll start this new chapter looking beyond. And in days to come, this relationship will strengthen, and India and Mauritius have a very age-old relationship. With that, the subnational entity, that is Maharashtra, will be added as a catalyst to take this relationship to the next level. I would like to thank you all for coming here, for having me here. I would again like to thank the ministers for sparing their valuable time, sharing their thoughts, and I would be eager to welcome you to Mumbai and Maharashtra, and we would be very happy to facilitate your visits to the state of Maharashtra. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Mauritius.
Thank you, Shri Devendra Fadnavis, for joining us and sharing your vision for the future of economic cooperation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to invite you to view 3 short video projections showcasing the many opportunities and advantages of investing, living, and working in Mauritius, as well as the vast potential for businesses and trade, as well as tourism in Maharashtra. The first video projection is entitled Invest, Live, and Work in Mauritius. That was a glimpse of the opportunities in Mauritius, and now I invite you to view a video projection on business opportunities in Maharashtra, followed by a presentation by Dr. Vipin Sharma, CEO of the MIDC, Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation, on business opportunities in the state.
Thank you. Excellencies on the dais, dignitaries present before the dais, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very brief. These were two AV clips, one depicting Maharashtra's hard power and one depicting Maharashtra's soft power. Honorable Deputy Chief Minister has already summed up what Maharashtra is in letter and spirit and in essence in his wonderful speech. I'll just run you through 2 or 3 slides which will indicate what MIDC does. Can we please go to the presentation? So Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation is the industrial development corporation of the state of Maharashtra. We are the largest industrial development corporation in the country. With 290 industrial estates, we are the largest landholder in the country. Next slide, please. So as Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Sir has already mentioned, 439 billion is the size of Maharashtra's economy, 14% share in manufacturing, 30% contribution to India's FDI, 16% share in India's exports, one of the highest per capita incomes, and 70% employable talent in the state. Next, please. So these are few testaments to our ranks in terms of employable talent, Invest India's rankings, best performing industrial parks, Good Governance Index, India Justice Report, Export Preparedness Index, India Innovation Index. Next, please. These are few sectors in which we are the leaders: textiles and apparels, IT and IT-enabled services, auto and auto parts, aerospace and defense, gems and jewelry, chemicals, toys and games, farm and bulk drugs, food processing, electronics and ESDM, petroleum and crude products, leather and footwear. So you can see we provide a mix of traditional and sunrise sectors, and we are the leaders in all across segments in the country. Next, please. And he has guided the project all through. It is a game-changer project for the state of Maharashtra. We have 2 large ports and many small ports. 30 plus number of mega projects are still under development, and Maharashtra has invested $40 billion in transport infrastructure so far. Next, please. So MIDC provides industrial areas. We are the special planning authority. We acquire and dispose of land, provide support infrastructure, one-stop solution for all investment and industrial relations. Also, incidentally, MIDC is the largest network of water supply in Asia. We have chemical zones, effluent treatment plants, sewage treatment plants, hazardous chemical treatment plants. We also have 2 industrial corridors. One is Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, and we have Japanese specific investment zone in Supa. MIDC has specialized infrastructures for wine parks, silver parks, floriculture parks, food parks, textile parks, IT parks, and special economic zones. Next, please. Next, please. We'll skip few slides. Next, please. Yes. No, go back, please. So for the dynamic, next, please. Next. So we have dynamic policy ecosystem for all policies across all sectors. Most of these policies were designed and conceived when Honorable Deputy Chief Minister was the Chief Minister, and still we are working on to upgrade these policies. Maharashtra provides one of the best policy milieu in the country, and we match the best of what the other states provide. Next, please. So we provide package scheme of incentives depending on the size of investments and sector of investments. I can assure you that for the right kind of investment in right kind of sector, Maharashtra has the right kind of package of incentives for you. Next, please. So as you can see, we have all major players in all sectors. There are some illustrative images for you to have a look. Maharashtra was, is, and will always remain the most preferred industrial and investment destination in India. So next, please. So I'll skip India Mauritius bilateral trade because honorable ministers have already spoken about it. Next, please. So Maharashtra already is home to Mauritian companies. We welcome all Mauritian investors to come to Maharashtra. MIDC would provide a red carpet. We assure you of all possible help, and we look forward to your increased investment and participation in industrial growth and investment in the state of Maharashtra. It is a privilege for me to be part of this delegation, led by Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, sir. And we look forward to increased Mauritian investment in the state of Maharashtra. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Mauritius.
Thank you, Dr. Vipin Sharma. And now a video entitled Mesmerizing Maharashtra, followed by a special presentation from the Department of Tourism of Maharashtra by Saurabh Vijay, Principal Secretary for Tourism in Maharashtra.
It's the land of Marathas and so many tales. Jai Bhavani, Jai Shivaji. A warrior so brave he'll forever be hailed.
The rocks and the waves still fight to this day. Find peace here, you'll find a new way.
Where mountains are moved by the tiniest of streams,
And you all hidden behind the scenes.
give into the spirit that fills the air.
Discover secrets of the journey we share.
Let yourself flow with the turn of each tide.
Salty winds, you sweeten your ride.
Be led on ahead by the wind in your hair.
Stories are written without any care. So much to see in the little time you get.
This land of Maharashtra is the land of big tales.
Romance, action, emotion, story and drama, music and magic.
Maharashtra,
Maharashtra,
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, it's a
Thank you. So let me begin by thanking Government of Mauritius for giving opportunity to introduce Maharashtra tourism and invite our business fraternity to invest in Maharashtra tourism. A small presentation, sir. I'll just try to skip through. Just as you have seen in the AV, please start the presentation. Next slide. Next slide. So in Maharashtra, we just have seen that there is every element of tourism which you can think of, every bit of element, and the one thing, next slide, that you can, next slide please. Even the medical tourism which has been highlighted, I've been just told that a lot of people from Mauritius actually go and seek medical treatment elsewhere. So even that element also Maharashtra offers. So I just want to say that there is every bit of opportunity in investing in Maharashtra tourism. Next please. Here we can see that a lot of initiatives which Government of Maharashtra has recently taken in improving the infrastructure, the connectivity being the most crucial, and you can see that these are going to really help in boosting pitching for Maharashtra tourism. Here we are actually trying to see and set some huge ambitions which are in line with $1 trillion economy. A special target for Maharashtra tourism has been set, and there accordingly we are refining our policies which attract investment to boost the same. Next please. Here the current status, though we are #1 in most of the things, but tourism, so far we are actually feel that we need to learn a lot from Mauritius, and there we think that the knowledge of Mauritius will be helping us in taking up to a sustainable growth in tourism sector. Next please. Here, the recent initiatives that we have actually taken up is taking up all the properties which are with Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation, upgrading it, and also giving to private operators to run it in a more efficient way. We are actually devising a calendar of festivals. Like you have seen, the culture is very rich, and we have Ganpati Festival, we can have a festival around monsoons. We are planning to have a Mumbai International Festival. So all these festivals, again, we seek partnership from Mauritius business fraternity so that we can make it a big success. Also, there are many ways that we are trying to build capacity building. We have a state-of-the-art scuba diving center in Sindhudurg. We are improving and tying up with best of the tour guides to be there in Maharashtra. So I think there will be a lot of transformation that you will see in this sector. Next, please. Here, the opportunity that we are building is as district as a unit, like you have seen in case of tourism. We want to have one district, one destination kind of a project that we are undertaking. Recently, a plan exercise is being undertaken throughout Maharashtra, and there will be a separate tourism strategic plan. So I think we can share as we interact more, what are the different opportunities which exist in different sectors. Next, please. So one of the biggest requests I would like to make is that in the morning also it came up in the discussion, we can connect the tour operators of the two countries, two states. We have in Maharashtra, the important thing is Dekho Apla Maharashtra. This is the tour packages that we are launching. So there will be along the 10 major tour circuits in Maharashtra. We have devised 61 tour packages actually. And these are covering almost all different themes of tourism. There will be religious tourism, heritage tourism. So connecting even, I would invite Mauritius tourist people to actually connect with the tour operators, and we will try to make an ease of travel in a way that you can actually see in limited time period most of the Maharashtra. We are launching on Maharashtra Day this big Dekho Apla Maharashtra campaign. Next, please. So here are the bigger ambitions that we are setting up in line of $1 trillion economy. As I said, by 2028, what we want to achieve is also being highlighted. Thanks. Next, please. So this is the target that we have set up. Because of shortage of time, I'm trying to run through. So next, please. The policies that we have really created will really help you, like in case of MIDC being a single point of contact. Same way in the Directorate of Tourism, we have signed an MOU with SECOM, and they are very well versed in interacting with private investors. So all this policy element which are there in the benefit you can take up at this single window tourism investment facilitation cell. And at the same time at MTDC, we have a project unit. So all the land bank which is available free of encumbrances and which actually clear the methodology set up by International Finance Corporation, best to be developed as tourism destinations. We have shortlisted 27 lists which are there in the presentation. I'm told that will be circulated to all of you. So all those 27 shortlisted destinations, the properties where you would like to invest, they will be available. Next, please. So these are the 27 spread across the Maharashtra, touching different themes. So depending on the interest, we can really help you out in promoting the investment in these destinations. Next, please. These are the different types of themes. As I'm saying, that there's a strong knowledge base in Mauritius about the sea tourism. So we really want to develop Sindhudurg as a tourism district into this. So investments are more than welcome. Same way about this heritage tourism, where we want to develop some of the best resorts and other spaces. So if the business community is interested, we'll partner and share with them more information in this regard. Next, please. So these are all some shortlisted this thing, and there's an annexure. The presentations will be shared with you to really give more information related to this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I am sure many of us present here will definitely visit Maharashtra, either for business or leisure purposes, or both. And likewise, all foreign guests present here will definitely visit us again. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to an important part of the Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum, the signing ceremony of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Economic Development Board, Mauritius EDB, and the Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation, MIDC, which is a first for Mauritius, a new chapter to look beyond, as rightly said by the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. I invite Mr. Ken Punusamy, Chief Executive Officer of EDP, and Dr. Vipin Sharma, Chief Executive Officer of MIDC, for the signing of the MOU, and we would like to invite the Honourable Ministers to the designated area where the signing ceremony will take place. We invite the Honourable Ministers to join in front for the photo. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Memorandum of Understanding between the Economic Development Board, Mauritius, and Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation will, amongst others, pave the way to increased investment and trade between Mauritius and Maharashtra. Almost. We'll request the Honourable Ministers to stand in front of stage just for a photo. Ask me to. Good. Okay. Thank you, Honourable Ministers, Mr. Punusamy and Dr. Sharma. And that brings us to the end of the Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum. We thank our distinguished guests, speakers, for their valuable contributions towards the success of this event. And we believe that this forum will further strengthen the ties between Mauritius and Maharashtra and will lead to new opportunities for cooperation in various sectors. We encourage all participants to continue their discussions and explore potential partnerships during the networking session that will follow shortly in the lobby. Once again, thank you for attending the Mauritius-Maharashtra Business Forum. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Merci.